Yo, what's up YouTube? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. I just wanted to show you guys one of the most amazing things ever. I finally got my first withdrawal from FundedNext, and I'm about to have my second withdrawal at the end of this month. And this is how I did it. I've got a strategy that I use that aims at mainly helping you guys with understanding risk management. Let's go into actually understanding why I passed. Okay. What I started realizing is that when you trade, we normally have this second mind that we always have to deal with.
You suck. You don't know what you're doing. You're gonna lose all your money.
And if you have a solid discipline on understanding what your risk is going to be, then everything else becomes simple. You think the market is going against you, but there is no way in telling if you are right, because that means you have a crystal ball and you can see into the future, which makes no sense anyway. But with a good risk to reward management, you see why trading becomes simple. The truth is that most traders do fail due to one reason, and that is not because they aren't good at trading. It is not because they don't have a good enough strategy. It's not because they're dumb. It's not because they overtrade. It literally just means that you don't understand your risk. Okay, the only way you can lose money is by risking in the first place. And with a good risk management, this allows you to stay in the market for longer. So now, why do you think people need to understand risk management? Just comment below, explain it to me in your best way possible. The way I see risk management, it is literally proof that you can risk exactly what you're saying. And once you build up confidence and understand what you're going to lose, it can't affect you anymore. You can't have a trade where you're going to say, damn it, I blew it again. Damn it, why did I trade so much? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn. No, it's not supposed to be that. You're supposed to look, assess the risk, take the trade. If it hits your stop loss, perfectly fine. If it hits the TP, perfectly fine. But it doesn't take away the fact that you need to be disciplined and consistent even when you lose. I'll bring up some statistics of my trading strategies that I actually got from FundedNext, and it gave me the confidence I needed to go that next mile. In all honesty, you probably have a really good trading strategy, but you haven't taken 10 trades, one after the other, and said to yourself, I'm only going to risk this amount of money, and I'm going to aim for this amount of money. And when you get that correct, whether it's a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, I do not suggest going 1 to 1. That doesn't make sense, because that's flipping a coin. We need to be making more than we are risking over time. Please remember that. So if we take $15,000, right, and we times that by 0.5, we are going to get about 80 around there. My math isn't the best, but I'll put it over here for you guys. And that is the amount I risk per trade. And I try to make sure I'm only risking a maximum of 1%. But guys, no one's perfect. Like I said, this is why we have the strategy. So in case those days where you enter the market and you haven't checked and the market does hit your stop loss and you're like, oh, thank goodness for strategy and preparation, the market didn't take the 1%, it took less. But now in moments of actual realization that the market is going in the direction I wanted to, I can risk 1% and gain 3%. Now when we're talking about a big account, guys, this is actually significant money. So this is why I have been able to make extra money, because when you trade with a small account, you forget that you're constantly risking too much. So if you're taking $1,000 to $2,000, you're risking 50%. If you're taking 1,000 Rand to 2,000 Rand, you're risking 50%. It gives you only 2 trades. I have a countless amounts of trades I can take before I lose my 5%, which is against the rule in FundedNext. Let me reiterate what my strategy is here. We have one rule that states that no trade can be bigger than 0.5. Okay, which is about $80 if I'm not mistaken. That's the most I'm allowed to risk in any given moment. This helps me stay below the max loss per day, and it also ensures that I've got the entire 10% to trade. So if we just quickly take this and put it on a little, and we had our first 5 days that we lost, and it was the maximum amount of 1.2. We literally have nearly lost 6 or 7%, but that doesn't mean we failed the exam. We're trying to change the perspective and mindset on trying to pass. Let's not fail, because at one given moment, the market will move in your favor and it can move exponentially in the exact direction you wanted it to. And I've had many of these happen to me. And also we have cut out trades too early anyway. Like this trade could have gone on to make thousands more, literally thousands more. But I decided to take the payout because I'm going to show you why. Like put everything together, we're making sure that with our trading strategy, we're only risking 0.5% per trade. Okay. In a day's worth of trading, I cannot risk more than 1%. It does go over sometimes, that's okay. The main concept of this is to stay below 5%, okay, per day loss maximum. And I want you also to understand it also gives you the arsenal to feel like if you want to risk 1.4, 1.6, you can. It's not going against the rules, it's going against your own rules, but you have to know when to put risk on and take risk off. What this does is it stops you from over trading, and it also gives you clarity on the fact that the market isn't ready to move in your direction. If the market doesn't move, or if it drops or pushes against you, then we have to dive into new stuff, which is all to do with psychology. The account size I decided to start with was actually like $50,000, which was wrong. I didn't have any way of knowing whether I was good enough to take those challenges, and I lost a few of them. But I want to show you guys that it's taken a long time to get myself here, and we started with a $15,000 account, which took me about 48 days to pass the first one, and then 5% on the second. So that took me about 60 days in total to pass the evaluations exams. Now on that, I had traded for another few more days, 21 days. I got my first payout straight after that. I got that within 2 hours. And then I went on to trade for another 8 days and managed to make a $789 profit, which will result in probably another $600 withdrawal. And I'm going to actually take that money and reinvest it into something much more incredible. And like I said, I'm going to show you guys at the end of this video how I'm going to do the 1 million Rand funding through FundedNext. It's going to be unreal. And all I'm going to do is send all of this information to my trading room, and people can copy and learn. This is just me trading my strategy. It's totally up to you if you'd like to join those guys. I'm not trying to find anybody to trade with me. I'm not trying to show anybody any boasting stuff. I just hear an actual proof that this is possible, and you don't have to always count on one job. There is ways to make extra money online, and it is important that you do that, especially with all the new things coming into play. Then it comes down to, what did I use in order to get to this point that I understood everything? What tools am I using at the moment? So guys, the first one that you have to use is called TradingView. Okay, that is a non-negotiable in my opinion. You can either use the free one or the paid one. I use the paid one, it gives me more alerts, gives me more flexibility and to look at a lot more different things. But main thing is, guys, use it to trade with, as in use it as your #1 place to go into your chart trading. That means, anyway, main thing is, guys, I'm trying to say is that you need to have software. Specific software just helps everything move along. We really do want to have TradingView, and we also want to have something called the Edge Finder. Did it again. I hope it doesn't do it one more time. Main thing is, guys, I want you to just focus on using TradingView, okay, and the Edge Finder. Now, TradingView is used to trade your plan, okay? You look at it, you set alarms, and you trade that plan only. Don't go backwards, don't try and change anything. Watch the market move, use highest time frames. Then the next thing that I also actually help you guys with in my trading room is using the Edge Finder. Now, the Edge Finder is an incredible software that was created by Nick Trader, who's actually an incredible trader himself, and I used to learn with him until I saw how powerful his trading strategy was in conjunction with this. So I decided, let me take his software, because I didn't really have a good understanding of economic impact and why you need to know the economics, so vital. And I took that into consideration. I watched a lot of his stuff on YouTube, integrated the software, bought the software, and guys, I'm starting to see profits like I've never seen before. And I want you guys to also make sure that when you go down this avenue of trading, it's not something I want anyone to just go into to make money. It needs to be something you want to do for the rest of your life. Otherwise, you're not going to get there. There's a reason, guys, that 90% of all traders lose their money is because none of them stay in it for long enough to find the strategy that works for them. It's the same thing as, why are you working in the job you're working right now? What is your reason for being there? And if it's just for money, guarantee you it's never going to be fun. I like trading. I enjoy it. It's fantastic. It's not something that everybody can do, and that's okay. But for those of you that are really interested in doing this, believe me, we're here for you. We want to see people exceed the norm, become the best, do what they want to do. And I find that everyone should be trading, but a lot of people can't because they just won't agree with themselves that they do not have discipline. Guys, and that comes back to my number one thing, is that you need to have a mind shift. You cannot stay the way you are. The person that you are now won't allow for things to change. You need to change your habits. You need to change what you think you're like. You need to get sober, trying to take out coffee, smoking. I don't drink anymore, so thank goodness I've taken that out. And I want to move into the new me, the one that can actually handle having over $1 million worth of trading capital, guys. So the first one is, let's get the $100,000, which is just over R1 million for me in my country. And I hope all of you guys are listening to me very careful. Everyone has the ability to do this. Everyone. The main thing is that, are you the person that is ready for that change? Are you willing to sacrifice time and other things to accomplish a dream that is actually purposeful? This gives you the opportunity to do things for yourself. The biggest mind shift you need to have is understanding that it's possible. Here is me who never thought it was possible until I saw it on a piece of paper, on a dashboard, and getting it into my own account. And I'm going into the next one. And I'll also show you that I'm going to be purchasing $100,000 account. And I'm going to try my best to pass that and carry on with the stream. That is what it's about, guys. My understanding of the markets and the ability to get money funded to you is a mind-blowing mind shift. You do not need to have hundreds of thousands of dollars in your bank account to trade right now. You technically just need $300 to start. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys at. And you know deep inside your soul that this is something you want to do and you don't want to give up on it. Don't give up on it, guys. It is so vital to have that delusional, fearlessness that you're gonna figure it out. And I want you to realize that it only comes from you doing what you said you're going to do. And I mean it in every shape, form, regardless of whether you're sitting to make your bed or whether or not you're not going out on a Friday. Whether you're going to gym or you're not going to gym, if you say something and you mean it, do it. That will reflect on your charts. But mainly, guys, what I want you to understand that trading is very difficult if you don't understand yourself, because you won't understand why you're not letting go of trades that you should, and you won't understand why markets move against you most of the times that you enter. It's a very simple concept. Learn what doesn't work. Learn how to shift with the market. Sweet guys, let's get into it.